The minute that you tell someone else that you're going to do something, you become accountable to them, and that increases your motivation drastically. Here is Tom Bilyeu's advice to his younger 20-something self. Set the bar ridiculously high to the point where you're almost embarrassed saying out loud how much you're going to achieve from your life. Tell everybody they can expect that level of performance from you, then exceed all expectations. That's it. That's the only path to success. And Tom Bilyeu is the co-founder of Quest Nutrition. They do the dessert nutrition bars that are super good for you. And he has grown this company to the second fastest growing company in North America. And in the process, they've become a unicorn company, meaning that they are a startup valued at over $1 billion. And I think the most powerful part of Tom's success and his message is his story. And he grew up in a family that struggled with morbid obesity. And when him and his co-founders started Quest Nutrition, they sought to revolutionize the health and fitness industry by improving our relationship with food. And that's why they have these delicious nutrition bars. But by making this their mission and by pursuing this, which again was something that was so deeply personal for Tom, it inspired a radical mindset transformation within Tom, which, as you can tell, has obviously led to incredible success.
This company was the answer to one simple question. What would you do every day that you would love even if you were failing? And that was it. What would I want to wake up and do every day even if I was failing? And the answer for me was I wanted to save my mom and my sister.
So after experiencing this mindset transformation within his own life, Tom realized that the mindset which made him successful was something that he really wanted to learn more about. And that's what prompted him to start InsideQuest, which is a talk show that features highly successful individuals and breaks down their mindsets so that we too can understand what has contributed to their success. And InsideQuest has become my favorite YouTube channel and talk show. They feature people like Tim Ferriss, Tony Robbins, Mary Forleo, and other just super successful and inspiring individuals, and they break down what has made them so successful. So it's something that has inspired me in a lot of the work that I'm doing, and it's something that I'm very fortunate to have come across. So I highly recommend that you guys check them out. And on top of all that, Tom is just a very humble, down-to-earth dude, and it's incredible to see the community that he's built at Quest Nutrition. And for someone to be as successful as he is and to be as active on social media as he is and be as active in his community's lives as he is, it's truly great to witness. When I was down in Medellin, Tom actually connected me with two of his Quest Nutrition distributors, and we ended up getting together, working out, and we still keep in touch. What's up, Ruben and Marcella? Hope you guys are well. By the way, you guys should follow them on Instagram. They're super inspiring, super motivating. Marcella definitely has a more shredded six-pack than Ruben and I, but I think he's got us beat on the dance moves. It was just a super cool experience, and on top of that, I was speaking with Ruben about working for Quest. He was just telling me how much he looked forward to working for them and how impactful Tom and the community has been in his own life. And it was just amazing to hear that, because it's no wonder that Quest has blown up the way that they have, because when you can foster that sort of community and that sort of loyalty within your employees, it's just a game changer. Now I want to break down Tom's advice to his 20-something self, and I want to do that by focusing on two key aspects. And first of all is this line: set the bar ridiculously high, almost to the point that you're embarrassed. And I'm not here to sell you on why you need to be ambitious. I think if you're here on this channel, regardless of how you got here, you've probably already got that covered. You understand that life is about continually growing, continually developing, and living a life that matters. So I'm not going to sell you on being ambitious. I think it's safe to assume that you already have that covered. The second point that I want to address is this line that Tom mentions. Tell everybody they can expect that level of performance from you. And I want to dig into this by discussing the power of accountability, the power of telling other people what you are going to accomplish. When you tell other people what you're working towards and what you're going to accomplish, you instantly become accountable to them. That increases your motivation drastically. And there's a few reasons for this. So, first of all, it provides positive reinforcement. When other people see that you are working towards a goal, they will praise you for that. And that in itself is a very motivating thing that, again, has been studied and researched. I'll include some links below to some studies. And on top of that, it provides us with external validation because, again, other people are seeing the work we're doing. They're saying, look, that's awesome. And on top of that, when you're able to hold yourself accountable to other people, it sets you apart because we live in a society of yes men and flakes. And being accountable to other people, actually following through on what you're going to do, is something that will set you apart and benefit you in countless ways. Just to be as straightforward as possible, if you tell someone you're going to do something, especially if you tell them you're going to achieve something that is ambitious, and then you don't follow through and you don't do it, you look like an asshole. And I mean, I don't imagine many of you guys want to be assholes. But again, when you voice your goal to someone else, you need to follow through. So public accountability is something that I use often to achieve my goals and to make big decisions. And one example is me quitting my job. I mean, that was something that was very tough to finally do. It was something I thought a long time about. And, leaving a steady income and jumping into a kind of world of uncertainty, that was definitely nerve-wracking. But I decided that I needed to make that decision. And once I did that, I started telling all my friends because I wanted to force myself to stick with this decision. So I started telling all my friends, and then shortly after that, I even took it a step further, and I went into my Google Calendar. I created an event a few months out that said, I'm quitting my job, and I invited all my closest friends to it. I didn't want to have any way that I could turn back because, again, I knew it was the right thing to do, and while I was still nervous about it, I was still anxious about it, I knew it was the right thing to do. And to help me follow through with that decision, I leveraged public accountability. Another way that I leverage public accountability to achieve my goals and to motivate me, which if you're a reader, you probably already know this, but I publish monthly reviews every month on my website. And the reason for that is because I'm holding myself accountable to achieving the goals that I publish. And for example, last month, I fell short. I didn't achieve my goals. And that motivated me even further to achieve my goals for this month. Just to kind of wrap things up, there's two main takeaways from Tom Bilyeu's advice. First of all, set ridiculously high, ambitious goals that you're almost embarrassed talking to others about. And if you're here, again, most likely you're ambitious, you're driven. I don't need to sell you on why you need to set ridiculously high goals, but that's takeaway number one. Takeaway number two, and kind of the main takeaway from this, is tell everybody what you are going to achieve. And doing this creates an incredible amount of motivation. This is something that's been researched, that's been studied, and by voicing your goals and what you're working towards with other people, it allows you to be motivated by their positive reinforcement, by their validation. And not only that, but when you voice to the world that you are going to achieve X goal and you don't achieve it, you just look like an asshole. And unfortunately, I feel like that is the norm. I feel like way too many people say things that they're going to do and then do not do them. So don't be that person. Set ridiculously high goals. Tell everybody you're going to achieve them and kick some ass. Thank you again to Tom Bilyeu for being a part of this project and for providing us with your incredible advice.